Okay, so I'm just going to cover the basics of holding the pick now. Now I just want to make sure that I get a good view for you guys here so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to show you how I hold the pick. For my style of holding the pick, really important, I have my thumb going across the pick. Can you see that okay? Thumb is going across the pick in the middle of the pick. And if I show you the back of that, the thumb actually goes beyond the pick. So essentially it's in the middle of the pick, right across and beyond. So it's going beyond the pick. If you have it back here at the tip of your thumb, it's going to be a bit of a problem. You'll find the pick will roll round quite a lot. So it's almost like a back wall, and you're putting your shoulders against the back wall. It's similar style with the pick, and it's pointing. See, it's pointing down. If my thumb's across here, it's pointing that way. That's one aspect of it. The other aspect is what's my finger doing? Essentially, if you want to practice this at home, it's as if you're doing the AOK sign. You're doing this sign, and you're just crossing, instead of having your fingers sort of joined at the bottom like that, cross your fingers over and literally make a wee cross thing going on there with your thumb and first finger. Can you see that okay? And then once you've got that position right, that's basically where the pick goes. You can see I've got a circle here. My fingers are fanned out as well, doing an AOK sign. And you'll find that gives you a really relaxed style when you're picking. Thumb across, and it's actually the inside of your index finger, the inside of the index finger that's playing the pick. It's it's on the pick. And most people, when they grab a pick, they hate them, and I understand why. It's because they grab a pick and they hold it like a pen, and they try and pick like they're holding a pen, and it feels sort of like, I don't know, it's like, it just feels horrible, and no wonder people say, look, I don't like picks, they just use their thumb or their fingers. But if you can just try it for a week, having that thumb in the middle of the pick and across, finger, index finger, sort of curled around but pointing down the pick, so it's like that. And then relaxed, very, very relaxed. I'm not gripping the pick, I'm not holding it like, trying to hold that pick. Really relax the pick and fan your fingers out. If your fingers are tucked in behind like this, you'll tend to find they get the knuckles wrap on the strings, and then you've got quite a firm action on the hand. It's quite firm. Whereas if you relax that hand and just let it glide and flow, it's really nice to strum with. And you'll find the pick will flick around a few times and change direction. You just adjust it as you go. It's one of those things that you just get used to after a while, and it feels like you've never played without one. It's kind of cool. But just trust me in the fact that holding the pick that way, thumb across, finger pointing down, use the side of the finger, is going to be huge for your playing. Another thing is to check when you're playing with a pick is that your wrist isn't way in the air. Like, what I mean by that is it's way up in the air like that. It should be nice and pretty close to the guitar. Not necessarily rubbing against the strings, but it is handy for sometimes to do that with strumming, especially with acoustic guitar, and you get lots of effect out of it. But just if you think about the thumb, drawing a line up your thumb through your arm, if you can see that, drawing a line through the thumb up the arm, it's quite straight. If it's if it's an angle it's bent like that, it's not going to be too cool. So if it's got some sort of kink in it, but if it's nice and like in a line like this, you'll find your strumming and your picking will be absolutely spot on. So, actual techniques for strumming, or for using the picking technique, or sorry, the holding a pick, is when you're strumming, just to keep that hand fanned out and let it come on, let it fall onto the guitar when you're strumming. Very relaxed. If you're picking individual notes though, and like for a solo, that sort of stuff, I use my little finger on the guitar. And just to do that, lie the little finger down like this, and then just lift it up until it's comfortable. Try not to push it down like it's some sort of pole stuck out of the guitar. Just relax the finger on the side. Can you see my little finger there? It's just lying on the side of the guitar, and from there I just bring my hand over, and it gives me a reference point for picking. So if I'm picking something quite hard, it's learning where the strings are. Whereas if my hand's floating in the air, there's no reference point for those strings. It could be hitting any string, and it doesn't know the difference of where every string is. Whereas, and there's no sort of guidelines, whereas little finger down, I can get the right string every time. So just go over those main points. Thumb across, finger pointing down, use the side of the finger, fan those fingers out, and you'll be sweet as.